Let's face it, decluttering isn't easy for a lot of us. For a lot of us, we've got years and years worth of stuff built up. It could be 10 or 20 years worth of stuff built up. And we've tried and we've failed so many times to start to get a handle on our clutter. We're in this perpetual state of looking at the clutter, trying to do something about it, and just making everything worse. So today's investigation, we're going to focus on how the easiest way to start decluttering is actually to stop focusing on throwing stuff away. Yep, that's exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to teach you what to do instead. So let's start the investigation. Today we brought Jane in for an interrogation about her crimes of clutter. So let's go have a look what it's like inside the mind of a serial clutterbug. How long have you been trying to declutter? Oh, about 20 years, maybe 15, 20 years. How many times have you tried to declutter before? Oh, so many times. Most of the time I just end up making more of a mess and just not really getting anywhere with it. How do you feel about your decluttering efforts? Oh, like it's a never-ending uphill battle and I just try and fail all the time? What makes you start trying to declutter? Oh, so many things. Mostly I start because I just feel really ashamed about how my home looks. I start to get really frustrated that I can't find something, or I see something online about decluttering and think, oh yeah, I'll give that a go again. But mostly it's things like I just can't put stuff away. In our bedroom, like there was so much stuff on the floor and piled up around the dressing tables because you couldn't fit anything into the cupboard. When you decide to declutter, what do you do before trying? Oh, I tend to look at strategies that might help me. Often I don't know how or where to start because there's just so much stuff to try and deal with. So I watch a heap of stuff online about how to declutter, and hopefully I'll get motivated to get up and give it a go. Or I watch a lot of hoarding videos and cleanups and just hope that I'm not going to end up like them. Talk us through the process of what you try and do. I try and pick a place where it's really hard, like there's lots of stuff out, and I might just pick a cupboard randomly and just pull everything out and I try and do that 3-box process, where they have the throw, sell, donate boxes, and I just have piles everywhere and I just have to walk away because there's just so much stuff and I don't really know what I'm trying to do, and it just feels like all too much, and I get a little bit of the way, but then I just give up and I just start cramming stuff into random bags and just really walk away feeling a bit defeated and like I've just made no progress. And sometimes I shove the bags back into the cupboard, and then I sometimes hide things downstairs and in the garage, and then later I look at them and I have no idea what's in the bag, so I don't know, I feel like I just make it all worse. Let's have a look about what we've learned about being inside the mind of a serial clutterbug. We know that there is a lot of shame about what's going on, what their house looks like, and they feel like they can't let people over because they're so worried about people seeing that mess and being judged by that mess. We know that inside the house she feels like she just can't find things and she can't put things away, and that's a source of great angst and frustration to Jane. We also know that she's got a lot of obstacles. Every time she tries her decluttering efforts, we know that she struggles with how to actually do it effectively because she tries and fails every time. She doesn't really know where to start with getting her declutter under control. She finds that when she does start, she can't make decisions about what to get rid of and what to keep. It all just becomes too much for her. And then she just feels like she's making the whole thing worse because she's pulled a whole lot of stuff out and then just started to cram it back in because she's given up and she's way too overwhelmed with the process. If decluttering is causing so much angst for Jane, what are the alternatives? Let's return to the interrogation and see what she thinks. So when you think about the stuff in the house, do you actually feel like you have to throw a lot of stuff away? Well, I do seem to have a lot of stuff. I feel like I'm forever trying to find things. I don't know, I know I own it, but I can't find it. And, sometimes you have to go and buy something even though you know you've got it somewhere. And that's just like, it's just really awful, but it's quicker to go and buy it again. And then you think, oh, great, now I've got two of these. So I don't know, it just gets to the point where I don't really know what I've owned now. And sometimes I think maybe I don't need to throw stuff away so much. It's just if I started to organise stuff a bit better, I'd be able to see what we had and be able to find it. Because I just feel like I fail at this decluttering thing so much. So, sometimes maybe I just need to focus on organising stuff better. So is that what you did? You just started to organise stuff? Oh yeah, I just started organising things a lot better, and it took a heap of pressure off me about having to make decisions about what to throw away. So I found so much stuff that I didn't even realise that I had, and then I could look at it all and go, oh, do I actually need this? Like I could make proper decisions. It was actually much easier to just organise than throw things away or try and throw things away. Was it difficult to start? Oh, it was much easier to start organising stuff than starting to declutter. Like, it was so much easier. So, what made you start trying to get organised rather than starting to throw things away? Well, it's actually really weird. It started with with sticky tape and scissors, of all things. Oh, okay. Do explain. Well, we always seemed to be looking for the sticky tape. Like every time we needed to wrap a present, we'd be looking for sticky tape, and we knew we had sticky tape. Like I thought, oh, there's probably like 20 sticky tape dispensers in the house somewhere, and I just couldn't ever find the sticky tape when I needed to. So I just decided to grab a box and go on a hunt around the house for all the stationery stuff and put all the stationery stuff into just this one box. And it became a bit more of a game to find the stationery, and I found like I just was really focused on finding the stationery, and then when I got it all into the one place, I actually could see what I had, and then I could make decisions. And I didn't have 20 sticky tape dispensers. I actually only had 4, but I could see that I could throw away 3 of them, and that was okay. And I also found 17 pairs of scissors, but these things happen. So you must be super organised now. Oh, no, not at all. We've got like 30 years worth of stuff built up. It's going to be a long process, but we've been trying to set some really realistic time frames, but we definitely feel like we're starting to make progress on the house rather than just feeling like we're just making it all worse. We actually can see spaces in our house that are now clear and organised, and we know what's there. While you were watching the interrogation, I got our crime lab to run these prints. I know, that was a terrible joke. I'm going to use it again. So why is decluttering so hard? It's because decluttering has become synonymous with getting rid of stuff, moving to a more simple life, and becoming more minimalistic. But for a lot of us, that's a huge hurdle for us to face, because what we're really trying to do is just get rid of the excess stuff in our house. So when we approach it with a get rid of everything, we start to fall over. We just can't do it. So let's look, what is decluttering? It is to remove the unnecessary items from an untidy or overcrowded place. So how are we now going to achieve that if we're not going to concentrate on getting rid of stuff? So like Jane said, you actually have to start removing the pressure from yourself to throw things away or get rid of things. If you start to compile everything together, like she did with the stationery box, she could see a big overview of what she actually owned, and it made it more natural to say, oh look, I've got 4 of these things, I now know I can get rid of 3 of them. This allows you time to actually work towards where are the problems in your house, not just going, oh, I'll just open every or any random cupboard and try and attempt to throw stuff away that I don't need. It also helps you feel like you're making progress because you are actually achieving something by bringing all the like items together so that you can assess them. The outcome of this investigation, if we stop trying to focus on throwing things away and we focus on starting to compile everything and start organising stuff, we will be able to see a lot more of what we have and make proper decisions about what we do and don't need in our house. You can get a copy of what we've talked about today, plus a little bit more information about these things from the PDF that's linked in the description box below. There are 4 key mindsets that are going to hinder any efforts that you have to do any decluttering and are going to stop you. And you can learn all about those in the video here. So it's great to have you here today, and remember, you can take action.